and underneath it list some specific and measurable goals that feed into the overall goal, such as, for example, 90% of service calls to be responded to within a 2-hour SLA, or automate monthly customer review meetings for level 1 customers, for examples. It's important to know that your goals can actually be measured so that you know when you've achieved success. Step 3. Prioritize your goals. So in step 2 we defined a list of high-level goals and measurable objectives for your new CRM project. So in this step we'll take that list and we'll prioritize it. Sure, we want to do everything and that's okay, but where possible, let's do these things one at a time. This creates a much more structured and orderly approach and allows you to focus on one area at a time and give it your full attention. In most cases it starts with implementing the sales processes. There are various reasons for this, including the fact that salespeople are just about the hardest ones to get on board usually. So if we can get these guys on board, we're over halfway there. You tend to find that because marketing people and service and support people are much more logical and practical kind of people, you tend to have much less user adoption issues. When people try to implement everything in one go, we call this the Big Bang approach, and this approach can work on very small CRM projects. But obviously it still makes sense to try and roll out in some kind of logical order. So when deciding on your phasing, think about quick wins that you can build upon. Also think about your resources. If you're trying to go live, for example, with your sales team and your service team, and they've all got new processes as well, and you're trying to do it all on the same day, think about how overwhelming that's going to be. So the result from this step would be to prioritize the goals that you defined in step 2. Step 4. Identify your processes and pinpoint current pain points. The next thing is to draw out your current processes. Now this can seem kind of alien to a lot of companies because they've never formally analysed or documented their processes before. But if you think about it, every organisation runs on processes. So a simple sales process, a lead might come in from the web, or it might come in from a phone call. The first question to ask then is, do we treat phone leads any different to web leads? If the answer is yes, then we need to draw the two different leads methods in two boxes, web leads and phone leads, and then show the paths that each one travels. It might be that after 1 or 2 steps they merge back again as an opportunity. So then you would have both boxes pointing into a single box called Create Opportunity, for example. Also, when drawing out the process maps, think about exceptions and make sure you've accommodated them. For example, phone leads always go to Team A, unless the person is interested in our premium range when it goes into Team B. So we have to put a little decision box after the incoming lead that says premium interest with 2 lines leading off yes and no. The yes line leads to Team B makes a call, and the no line leads to Team A making a call. Once you've drawn out these process maps, go through them with all the stakeholders and then determine which bits work well and which bits could be improved or even automated. From these discussions you can draw out a second set of processes which will be your intended process. So you end up with a set of diagrams for the current processes and a set for the to-be processes. There are many benefits to actually drawing out these process maps aside from any CRM projects. The act of drawing out the process removes any ambiguity over what happens during your sales process, for example, or during a customer service issue. It provides absolute clarity also when you communicate with your chosen vendor or supplier, therefore saving time and consequently saving you money. If you're still not sure how to draw out a process map, there's plenty of good info on the web about how to draw one out. Just make sure you consult all the stakeholders who are involved afterwards to make sure that you've validated it and you know it's correct.